us from MIT Media Labs. She is a software engineer and she is a researcher at MIT Media Labs. She loves to play video games. And fun fact about her, she learned a language just to play one of her favorite games. And it wasn't a computer language, it was an actual foreign language, Japanese. And that love for video games led her to become a computer engineer. So, kids, you have a slight excuse to play that game a little more. But I'm just joking on that one. Nisha wants to help people learn better and lead better lives. So, over to Nisha with post blocks, and Shikha will introduce Natalia.
Yes. Hello, everyone. It's my pleasure to introduce Natalia here today. So she started her career as a statistical analyst in 2006, and now she is the Chief Data Officer of Zest Money, that is an Indian fintech company here in Bangalore. Guys, Chief Data Officer basically means like being the CEO of data in a company. So yeah, that is a pretty big deal. She's a global leader that helps companies to build their AI and ML strategies. She's a keynote speaker and an AI and ML mentor. Even here in our hackathon, she's playing a dual role. She is a very enthusiastic and helpful mentor to our kids behind the scenes. And today she's going to be leading our Introduction to Python course. Also, guys, if you love the ranking bot, do you know it's thanks to Natalia that we have the ranking bot in our Discord? So I think you all can give a really quick thank you because I know how much all of you love it. And it's so difficult to stop you guys from posting the ranks in the team chat where all the important messages get lost. Also, it's 4:30 a.m. for Natalia where she's sitting right now. So a big, big thank you to you. And we're so lucky to have you here today and learn from you and Nisha. Thank you so much. I'm just going to open the room. There might be a 1 or 2 minute lag and then we can start.
Thanks for introduction and
Whoever
my pleasure to be here.
entered, guys, can you all please add your team? Has everyone put their team name in front of their names, guys?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Sanjana.
Yeah. Sorry, I think she got logged out. Oh no.
So team 3 said they wanted to do post block?
Yeah.
All right.
Ma'am, it's Anjali. I wanted to post block too.
You want to, right, Anjali?
Yes.
All right, great.
So I've just assigned people to the breakout room, and if you want to be in the other one, please just message me and I'll change that.
Okay, thank you.
But I think you can start.
We haven't got it. We'll get it.
I will get it soon.
So Priya, can you move my second account to the breakout room 1? Because I have one for the video and one for the sound.
Sure, I'll just do that.
Thanks.
Okay, so Kanushi and Khushi and Sharvi can join the breakout room.
Guys, I think for now, just divide it and then they can watch the other one. Let's not spend time, dividing the kids because they're going to watch both either way.
Yeah,
Correct.
I've sent them all to the other one. There are just 2, 3 that haven't joined, I think, but that's okay.
Okay, yeah, so I think we should start now.
Okay, so should I share my screen?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Pose Blocks workshop. As I was very kindly introduced before, I'm Nisha. I work as a researcher at the MIT Media Lab right now. I just graduated from MIT, so I'm like fresh out of college, and I'm really excited to share this with you guys today. So what are pose blocks? Well, pose blocks are scratch blocks that my group at the MIT Media Lab has created that allow students to use pre-trained and self-trained machine learning models in their own projects. And basically what this means is that you guys know what machine learning models, I assume, because you had Dale's tutorial yesterday, and he's really good at machine learning. So pre-trained models are basically models that already exist, and you can just use them however you want. And self-trained machine learning models are models that you guys are going to be able to make by yourselves and use them in your own project. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty exciting. And we've run this tool with a lot of different students, and we've had students make all sorts of things, such as a book classifier, a little trash detector, a mass detector that provides feedback for the CDC, which is the foundation in the United States that tells everybody what mask to use, among other things, and lots of other creative things. So it's a really creative tool, and it's a really powerful tool that's really easy to use. Most of you guys have probably seen Scratch or know what Scratch is, so it's pretty easy for you guys to be able to make your own cool things. Cool. So we were motivated to create pose blocks because a lot of kids really like to move around, and they like to dance, they like art, they like their sports and movement, and they like video games. And all of these things involve a lot of motion and moving your body. And that's not something that you get normally when you're programming and doing computer science. You're just sitting at your computer, typing away, and that's not super exciting. So we wanted to make computer science and learning about machine learning exciting for kids about your age. And yeah, I forgot about that. So before we jump into using pose blocks, I'm going to give a really, really high level overview of machine learning because it's going to come in really useful when we actually start using the pose blocks. So how do machine learning systems recognize what they see? Well, it's a good question. And it's a little more complicated than how I'm going to explain it, but this is the very basic level. So basically what you do is you get input samples. So right here, you can see I've generated some input samples. Here, I am clearly looking happy, and here I'm looking sad. So I'm going to give these training samples to the learning algorithm, which is something that somebody has written to learn from these input samples and come up with an answer as to what it thinks it's showing. So right here, you can see that I've labeled this one happy and I've labeled this one sad. So now the learning algorithm is going to take those pictures that I gave it and it's going to learn something from that. So now if I give it a new picture right here, it's going to use the information it already has to determine whether it thinks this picture is happy or sad. And obviously this picture is me being happy. So hopefully it would come up with the answer happy when I give it this picture. So here's a slightly more complicated example. So this is an AI system that my friend made that tells you whether it sees a robot, a laptop, or a cat. So you can see here that we've put in 3 different types of pictures. So here, Brian, my friend, has put in pictures of a robot. So you can see he's holding a robot in these pictures. And he's labeled those pictures robot. Here you can see he has some pictures with his cat, and he's labeled those pictures with cat. And he has other pictures that also has his laptop in it. So basically, he's given this machine learning model pictures of himself holding his robot, his laptop, or his cat. And now the machine learning model is going to learn the visual characteristics, which is basically what those things look like from the pictures that Brian has given it. And it's going to identify different things about his robot, his laptop, and his cat. So for example, his robot's this kind of white, boxy looking thing. It has like a little face. His cat is, fluffy and orange. It looks very different from the other 2 things. And his laptop kind of looks green, and it's like it's the biggest one of the things. So it's going to identify those characteristics and try to see if it can recognize the next thing that Brian gives it. So it's important to note this. So the output classes, so basically the answers that it could give you are, this picture is of a robot, a laptop, or a cat. It's not going to try to guess if it's like a chair or something. It's only learned these 3 things, and it's only going to guess if what you give it is one of these 3 things. So let's look at another example here. So here we can see this is a machine learning model that's working in real life. So you can see that it has a sorter, and it's sorting marshmallows, which are these like little white fluffy candy things, from not marshmallows. So basically it's just trying to identify marshmallows from everything else in this cereal box. So here you can see that it kind of sees marshmallows as these white, round, and fluffy things. And it's labeled everything that is not a marshmallow as not a marshmallow. So you can see there's like different pieces of cereal, there's like different colors, they're like pink, they're blue, they're green, they're all different kinds of colors. So you're going to give these pictures to the machine learning model, and the model is going to learn the features of the different types of things here. So it's going to learn that marshmallows are white and fluffy, and it's going to learn that the cereal are like multicolored, and they're kind of crunchy looking, and they look different from marshmallows. Now it's going to output, if you give it this picture, it's going to output if it's a marshmallow or not a marshmallow. And this kind of looks like a marshmallow, so it's going to tell you that in its output. So that's a very high-level introduction to machine learning, and we're going to find that very useful when we train our own machine learning models using pose blocks. So what I want everybody to do right now is go to this website that I've linked here, and I can copy that into the chat as well. So let me do that.
I have a question.
Yep, go ahead.
Can you do this on an iPad too?
You cannot do this on an iPad, unfortunately. If you have a computer, that would be preferable. But yeah, it's sort of hard to make these things work on an iPad. You can try. I think some things will work, but some things will not. So you can try. So everybody go to this website, and when you go to this website, it's going to look like this. I heard some.
Is it free?
Yeah. Yes, it's free. It's very free. I was one of the people who made it, so it's free. So if you go to this website, you see this is what the website looks like. And what you're going to do is you're going to click on this thing right here, which says Open Pose Blocks. and it's going to open up this editor. I'm going to turn my camera off here so it'll show my face in the other thing. All right. I think it like cannot detect my camera, so let's try again. All right. So, oh, let me do that again, actually. So this is some of you probably know what this is. This is the Scratch programming language. And basically what we've done, what pose blocks are their extensions to the Scratch language. So basically they're just like little extra things that we've added to Scratch that allow you guys to do these cool things with machine learning models. So I'm going to demo how to use all 4 of them. There are 4 different types. And then after that, you guys are going to go off on your own and make some cool projects. And then we're going to share them all at the end. So how you add these extensions to your Scratch programming language here is the first step. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to this little button in the bottom left. It has a little plus sign on it. You're going to say add extension. And the first 4 things that you're going to see are the Teachable Machine, hand sensing, face sensing, and body sensing blocks. And these 4 things are the pose blocks. All 4 of them are the pose blocks. So I'm just going to give quick little examples of each of them to show you guys how they work. So let me click on the hand sensing. Let me see if my camera actually works. There it is. You can see me hopefully on this screen. There I am. It's a little slow because Zoom is going to make it a little bit slow. So basically what these blocks are doing is they're sensing your hand. So if you look at this, so this block right here is a new block that we've added. So you can see here that it'll say go to thumb tip, or you can choose any of your fingers and a different part of your finger that you want it to go to. And how you could use that, for example, is if you want to say we're programming this little sprite right here. So we say when we click the flag and we want him to follow one of our fingers. So we're going to use the forever block, which is basically the thing that allows us to follow him around. And we're going to say, I want you to always go to my index finger. And now if I click this green flag, hopefully this will work. You can see he's like kind of trying to follow my index finger. It's a little slow because my computer is kind of slow. It's like kind of working. But yeah, so basically the hand blocks allow you to use this particular block to allow things to follow around your hands. And if you look at, for example, the next one that we're going to look at is let's try adding the body sensing blocks next. So these are very similar. So here we can have it go to different parts of our body. So we can have it go to our nose, we can have it go to our shoulder. If you're standing up, you can have it go to your hip or your knee. So let's try using these. So let's do the same thing. When we click the flag, we want the sprite to follow us around. And we want him to go to our nose, let's say. Now if I click the flag, he's trying to follow my nose. Cool. So that's how the body sensing blocks work. And you can use any of these. You can be more creative than I'm being right now. I'm just giving very basic examples, but you guys can do whatever you want with these and do very creative things. So let's look at the face sensing blocks next. If I can actually reload this page. It's kind of slow. All right, let's look at this. Face sensing. So face sensing is a little more complicated. Basically, you can detect emotions using the face sensing block. So right here, you can see this block is saying when you detect smile or lip corner pull or chin raise or smirk or whistling, it detects all these different things that use your face. You can also use this block, which is basically like, you can use this in like an if-else statement, which I'll demonstrate later. Or you can detect your actual emotions. So if you're feeling sad, disgusted, angry, fearful, you can use these blocks to detect your emotions. Oops, come back. Cool, so let's try that. So let's say we want to make this sprite try to make us smile. So let's say we go, when we click the flag, we want him to do this forever. And now let's use an if-else block here. And let's say if we're expressing a smile, then I want him to say something. Let's see. I want him to say, yay. And if I'm not expressing a smile, which is the else condition, I want him to say, try smiling. So let's try that. So here, I'm not smiling, so he's going to just be saying, try smiling. But if I smile, he says, yay. So you can use these blocks to detect different things about your face and your emotions and do all sorts of interesting stuff with that. So the last blocks that I'm going to demonstrate are a little more complicated. And to use these blocks, I'm going to pull up an example project here. So if you, oops, let me leave that site. If you scroll down on this Dancing with AI page, you'll see that there's actually a bunch of example projects. And you guys can feel free to use these. If you just press open project, you'll be able to use them. And you can try out any of these projects. So I'm going to try out this one, which uses a block called the Teachable Machine block. And basically what Teachable Machine is it's this program created by Google that allows you to create your own machine learning models. So if you noticed for the previous three that I just demonstrated, the body, face, and hand tracking blocks, those machine learning models already existed, and I was just sort of using them to move stuff around. But for this model, you can actually make it. So you can add it by just like going to that plus sign and adding Teachable Machine. And when you click on it, you're going to see these blocks appear, and it's going to say use model paste URL here. And what that means is that you're going to create your own model. So I'm going to paste this link in the chat, and this is called Teachable Machine. Oh, I see somebody has used Teachable Machine before. Awesome. That means this will be really easy. So for those of you who have not used Teachable Machine before, I'm going to demonstrate really quick. So what you're going to do is you're going to press Get Started, and you're going to train any type of model here. So I usually use image projects because I think you can do the most with them. So if you noticed, this example project that I pulled up is a bunny ears project. So it's basically trying to detect whether I have bunny ears or not. So how we're going to do that is we're going to train a model that recognizes bunny ears and no bunny ears. And how you train a model here is you're going to click on this thing that says webcam. You can see right here, it sees my face. So this is the bunny ears class. I want to give it images of me having bunny ears. So let's see if I do this. And I hold to record. I should move around a bit, make the angle different. Cool. So this is me with bunny ears. Now me with no bunny ears is just me normally. I look like this, round. Cool. Awesome. And now what I can do to train my model is I literally just press train model. And it's going to take like 30 seconds, and it's going to create a machine learning model for me that has the two classes, bunny ears and no bunny ears. And this is really cool because it means that you guys can create your own models with whatever you want. You can come up with whatever picture you want. You can make a game even. We had kids in our previous class make games by holding like up arrow, down arrow, left arrow, right arrow, and training a machine learning model that could recognize what way the arrow was pointing and use that in like a game in Scratch, which was super cool. And you can do anything you want with it. And for those of you who have used Teachable Machine before, you can come up with some really creative ideas on how to use this. So cool, it's almost done. And we can see that here it's going to let me test it. So right here, I don't have bunny ears, that's right. Here I do. Looks like it works. So we're going to get it into Scratch by doing the following steps. So first we're going to press Export Model. It's going to come up with a screen that's like kind of confusing, but you don't really care about any of this. All you want to do is press Upload My Model. And this is basically going to make your model available on the internet. So you can actually share this with your team. If one of you makes a model and all of you want to use it, you can press this copy link and you can send it to them if you want. So, but we're going to copy the link so we can use it in Scratch here. So this is the URL, or the link that goes right here. So we're going to paste this link in here. And we're going to wait a few seconds for it to load. Basically, this little thing is going to have a green check mark when it's all loaded in. So now it can detect that the classes that I had trained were bunny ears and no bunny ears, which is pretty cool. So now the model knows that we trained this model to see bunny ears and no bunny ears. So now you can see this code here is basically saying, if the model is predicting that I have bunny ears in my image, it's going to make the bunny hop around. Otherwise, if I don't have any bunny ears, it's just going to be sleeping sort of like it is right now. So let's try that. I'm going to click the green flag. I don't have bunny ears. I do now. I don't. Oh, it looks like he's still, it's kind of lagging. So it looks like he's taking a second to recognize when I don't have bunny ears. But I do now. Don't anymore. Cool. So it looks like that works, and that's pretty cool. So that's how you use the 4 different types of pose blocks, and you guys can combine these. You can use them with other things. You can use more sprites. You can basically do whatever you want that uses these in some different way. So what we're going to do next is I want you guys to make a project with pose blocks, and I'm going to give you guys like 20 minutes, and then we'll come back at the end and share for the last 10 minutes. But when you're making these projects, I want you guys to keep in mind, basically, what kind of projects could you envision using the body tracking blocks for? So those were the first 3 that we did that just used different machine learning models to track your body moving. I also want you guys to think about what projects could you envision using the teachable machine blocks for? So how could you train your own machine learning model to use it in a project? And overall, I want you guys to think about how you could use pose blocks to create projects that would help your community. So like, let's say in your community, there's a certain type of plant that's like poisonous, and you want people to be able to recognize when it's that type of plant versus another type of plant. So you could train a teachable machine model to learn what that type of poisonous plant is, and have that little sprite dude tell you when that plant is poisonous. And stuff, just random stuff like that. It doesn't matter, you can make whatever you want. So your turn. All right, it's your turn for you guys to go off and create your own projects. And I will post the link in the chat for you guys again, so you can get there really easily. If it ever loads on my computer. Let me. Yes, I would like to leave the site, please. Awesome. So basically what you guys are going to do is you're going to go here and you're going to click open pose blocks, and I'm just going to copy this link into the chat. I see some questions here. If Teachable Machine isn't working for you, try turning off your camera. That's usually the problem. The PRG AI blocks is this link that I just posted in the chat, and you can do any of them. You don't have to do Teachable Machine. You can do any block that you feel like doing. You can make a game, you can make something that helps your community, you can make whatever you want. And you can talk about it with your team, and basically this is just 20 minutes for you guys to do whatever you want. So go to this link, and reminder that you add them by just clicking this button here and adding one of the first 4. So I'm just gonna give you guys 20 minutes, and we'll come back at, oh boy, 9:50 your guys' time. And we'll, had to do a little bit of math there. 9:50 your guys' time, we're gonna come back here, and a few people who want to share can share their projects for everybody here. If it's like kind of slow, this website is a little bit slow, so you might just have to wait like 2 minutes for it to load. You can't make a new emotion because this machine learning model that was trained to detect the emotions was done by somebody else. So you can't add a new emotion, but you can use the ones that are already there. I want to make an emotion of eating. So for that, you could do, let's say, mouth open. When you eat, your mouth is usually open, right? So you can say, if expressing mouth open. I feel like I should play some music or something.
That's what I
if your teachable machine, if it says teachable machine is not supported, that probably means you're on an iPad or like an Android tablet. So if you are on an Android tablet, I'm sorry, like unfortunately this won't work. Teachable Machines does not work. On iPad, we've asked them to make it work on iPad, but they have not responded yet. So yeah, I'm really sorry about that if it doesn't work. But if you have somebody on your team who could help you out or do the project with you, feel free to do that. Oh, cool, thank you. I see somebody has a question about Teachable Machine. I can do an example real quick. Started. So once you take the images, so you take the images by doing like this. So like, oh, whoops. See, if this happens, this means that your Zoom camera is open. I'm gonna stop my Zoom camera. There I am. So let's say I'm going to be smiling here. And in this, I'm just normal. And I'm going to call that smile and normal. And you just want to press train model, and it's going to take like a minute. So don't worry if it takes a while. It's just going to take a bit. And basically, once this is done, you're just going to press export model. And I'll show that again. So here's my model. It'll come up eventually there. I'm normal here. Smiling there. So export model. And basically, when you get here, you just want to press upload my model. And upload my model is going to give you a link right here. And once you get this link, you're just going to copy this link. And that's what you're going to use in the pose blocks. When it tells you to paste a URL in, that's what you're going to paste in.
Hi, sorry, actually, I had a question. So
Yeah, go ahead.
Training the when you're training it on pose and images for facial recognition, should you use pose blocks or should you use image?
Good question. So it depends on what you want to recognize. So let's say if you were like trying to make a model that recognized different like yoga poses. So for that, you don't really need it to like see your face or like different things about your face, right? Or like different details about the image. It sort of just needs to see the shape of your body. So like if you were in like tree pose or something, you'd be like your arms would be out and your leg would be up or something. And if you were in like, I don't remember my yoga poses, but if you were in like another pose like this or something, it would be a different one. So for that, you could use pose. But let's say if you wanted to detect like if you were smiling or not, like I just did. For that, the pose model is not going to work because it's just detecting basically points in your body. So it's like this is a head, this is like arms, like it just detects like high level things. It basically just makes you into a stick figure. So that's when you want to use different details of the image model to train a model. That's a great question, though. We have a whole activity about that in like the curriculum that we run this as a part of.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
I think Avyay has raised his hand. Avyay, do you have a question?
Anybody have a question?
Avya, do you have a question? You raised your hand. Yes, Avya, you're on yeah.
I wanted to ask where will the link of the teachable machine thing go on Scratch? Like in the forever block or where?
So when you load in the teachable machine block,
Yeah.
you're going to see it says Teachable Machine. It's going to give you these blocks. You're going to put the link right here. So it says use model.
I did that. Then where do I put the the block? Where do I put it? After the green flag or in the forever block?
So you actually don't need to put it anywhere. So once you use this model, once you like load it in and it has this green check mark, you can use any of these blocks. You don't have to put this in or anything. You can just use any of them and put it wherever you want.
I think in our classes, we found a trick how to get the green tick faster, because a lot of times we don't get the green tick there. So we just repeatedly click on the green flag after
Yeah.
the use model into the script. So we repeatedly make the kids click on that to get the green tick.
Yeah, I think it probably takes a while depending on your internet connection. I usually just go like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it unfortunately this website is a little bit slow. It's slow even here. So if you have like worse internet, it was probably not very good. But yeah.
But it's great. Like, it's allowed us to teach them so many different things and do so many cool activities with them. So yeah, it's pretty
Oh,
cool.
that's great. That's great to hear. Somebody asked how to do Teachable Machine. Let me go back. Yeah, so basically what you want to do is you have your 2 classes here, and you can actually add a class. You can have 3 if you really want. But you're going to do is you're going to make your classes. So here I said smile. So I held to record here, and I was smiling. And here I was just normal. So I held to record, I was just normal. And then what you do is you hit train model. I see somebody has a problem with their webcam. Sometimes if you have your camera on Zoom, it won't work in Scratch. So try to close everything else that's using your camera and reload the Scratch page. And it's only going to try to use your camera when you like load in the pose block. So if it's just not there normally, don't worry about it. So yeah, so I have my model here. I'm going to hit export, update my cloud model. And basically once this is done, you're just going to take this link and put it right here. I see somebody saying, how do you make a sprite move towards you? Let me come up with an example of that. If you're done, just feel free to like play around with other projects. Go open other example projects on this page. Just hang out for like 10 minutes. Not yet. Whoever just said, should I screen share? We'll screen share in about 10 minutes when other people are done. You can make a sprite. I don't know. Anjali said, how do you make a sprite move towards you? I don't know what you quite mean by towards you. If you want it to follow you, you can, hang on. If you want it to follow you, you can do something like this, where you basically say, when you click the flag, forever, and you can say like, go to left ear. And you can say, go to the tip of my nose or something like that. And it looks like my camera's not working here because I have it on somewhere else. Let me try closing other things. Okay, got it. So Anjali, cool. Yeah, but if you're trying to make it follow something, you basically just use the green flag block and the forever block, and you put whatever you want in it. What blocks to use to make the teachable machine work? You're going to just use that plus sign in the bottom. Then you click right here. It says teachable machine. You just have to wait like a few seconds for the link to work. This is what we were just talking about earlier. But basically, once you paste it in, just like what I do is I like go like this. I like click on it a bunch, and eventually in like 10 seconds or something, the green check mark will show up. Yeah, just like wait a bit. It might be slow. I'm not sure how slow it'll be like in different internet. Oh, I meant the ones on the screen say use more. Oh, I see. So you can use, I mean, you can use these any way you want. So you can say when model, so you can use this one, like if model detects smile, the sprite can like say hello or something like that. Or you could do like, if the prediction, so you could use this in like an if else block. So like if like the prediction is smile, if that actually goes in. Why is this not working? I think my scratch might be lagging. Let me go to the other example that I had. Yeah, so you could use it like this. So like if, oh, I forgot you had to use this one. So if your prediction, you'd have to use like the equals block, which I forget where it is. Where did it go? Oh, it's right here. So you have to use the equals block. So you can say like, if the equal block, so you can put your model here. So if the model prediction equals like whatever you had trained your model to detect, then it'll do this certain stuff. So you can use it like that as well. All right, we have about 5 minutes left. So wrap up whatever you're working on in those 5 minutes, and then we're going to start sharing at 9:50. If you have any last minute questions, feel free to ask them. I see somebody asking, where do you put the URL block? You don't actually have to put it anywhere. As long as you have the model loaded in with that URL and it has the green check mark here, that basically just means you can use any of these other blocks however you want. You don't actually need to use this in your Scratch program. And all right, it is 9:50. And if you guys have projects that you want to share, feel free to raise your hand, or I won't be able to see if you raise your hand, I guess, but put in chat that you want to share or something like that.
I think Avya has raised his hand. So Avya, you want to share your project?
And I will stop sharing, so whoever can share if they want.
One sec. So basically, I went you had said what Brian did. So basically, I went for that only. So I have two Legos out here, a Captain America one and a Hulk one. So I basically put that in a Teachable Machine model. So see, it predicts Captain America, and here it predicts That's weird. Shouldn't be.
Your lighting might be different,
Yeah.
so don't worry about it. It's not your fault.
You can draw your curtains so the light,
Yeah, just do that. Just do that.
or just move your laptop a little bit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So actually, that's an important point. Machine learning models won't work very well. Oh, you should press your green check. But machine learning models won't work very well if you like change the light, if you change certain things about it.
Yeah, it won't work because I took the picture on like that facing out here.
Okay, yeah, no worries. But I understand what you're trying to do, and it's very good. Good job.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, Ivey. Does anybody else want to share?
Anyone else? Ahana, Ananya, Anaya. Yes, Anaya. You can share your screen.
Okay. So I've kind of made a model which like you have to control the dinosaur and you have to like make it ram into the rock so it can go on its path.
Wow, Anaya, is it blur for everyone? Is the screen a bit unclear for everyone?
No,
Yeah, it's a little blurry, but I think I see what she's trying to do.
Okay, perfect.
I made a thing where you have to like ram into the rock and I'm just gonna. So it has to like.
Oh, cool.
Wait, I don't know why it's working. Actually, this is another part of this.
So is he supposed to like say something if he crashes into the rock?
Yes, actually, something's supposed to happen. I don't know why it's not happening.
That's okay. I see what you're trying to do, and that's a great idea. And that's a good use of the hand blocks too. Great job.
Anyone else wants to show their project? Anjali, Simone, Arjun, what have you guys made? You guys are asking a lot of questions too. Do you want to show your project? It's okay if it's not done. You can just show what's done, what you've done till now, Anjali.
You can show what you're trying to do.
Simone, try closing your Teachable Machine tab in case it's open.
All right, anybody else while Anjali is taking a minute?
Yes, Anya. You want to share your screen? Go for it.
I can't share my screen because I'm doing this on another device. But I couldn't do the scratch. This is what I've done to. Oh, come on. Okay, I don't know how to get this out, but behind there you can see.
Find
Oh yes.
Sorry.
If you press the copy button there, you can copy that model into your teachable machines. But can we see your model, the one you actually made? If you press the X button, we can just see your model.
I can't find the X button.
Tilt your iPad up a little, or so I can see. There's like, it should just be in the Just click behind this window. Just like click on class 1 or something.
I'm doing that. It's not happening. But I've basically made a sister cam. So it can detect if it's me or my sister.
Oh, great. That's a good idea.
Anya, you can try zooming out your full webcam. On the top right of your browser, you can zoom out. It says 100%, right? So if you get it down to 80, then you'll be able to see the X and you'll be able to close that on Teachable. You're on mute. Anyone else wants to show their project?
Anjali, are you ready to show yours?
She said no, not yet.
Oh, Anaya said she fixed hers. Anaya, do you want to show yours again?
Okay. Now it works properly. So
Oh, cool. It like knocks it out. Yeah, great job. And good job on fixing it. That looked like a pretty involved project. There was a lot going on there.
Is Anjali ready to go? Kids, you all have other questions for Nisha? They all seem to be busy at work.
We're like almost at time. But so I'm just gonna let me share something. Oh, somebody sharing. Cool.
Yeah, where is the X button? I can't find, like, I copied this.
So you don't actually need to exit out of it. You just need to you don't like you don't need this anymore technically.
Okay. So
Oh, I see. So instead here, are you just trying to replace the flag block with it or something?
not really.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, I think I got it from here. I'll just I just need 2 more minutes.
Okay, while Anjali takes 2 minutes, let me quickly share something. Yeah, but thank you guys. This was fun, and I hope you guys had fun. And if you want to email me any questions or email me anything, any of your projects, we would love those. If you have projects that you finish and you want to send them, definitely feel free to send them. And actually a cool thing you can do, which I forgot to show because I'm dumb, is the other cool thing you can do is there's actually a little record button right in the, if this loads, take forever. Yeah. So there's a little record button right here. And you guys, when you're making your projects, you can actually like record little clips and save them to your computer if you want to show other people your project. So that's also something that you can do. And like, feel free to send me those. Feel free to send me your actual Scratch projects. You can save them by like going to File, then save to your computer. Yeah, so if you have any questions, I guess I will take them now. Just in general about this program, about MIT, about where I work, about what I do, all that sort of stuff. Feel free to ask me any questions in like the remaining like 5-ish minutes. But yeah, thank you guys. This was fun.
Hi, Nisha. I have
Hello.
a quick question and a very big compliment. So I've got a 7-year-old student who did this project with me, and he made his sprite dance all throughout. So he had all the four, he was dabbing, he was doing yo, he was flossing, and he recorded all of that. And every time he used to change it, the sprite changed it and the music changed it. I think he enjoyed it so much. We did it for 1.5 hours. And thank you so much for all the learning that you have given. As teachers also, we are really grateful and really thankful to have you here. And there's so much to learn, and we will keep sending you so many because our children are so super excited. They're very, very sharp and innovative, and we'll keep sending you, their projects so that you can see how great a job that you have done to involve the children, in something. And he's just 7 years old, so he can
Yeah,
hardly
it's
spell.
really fun.
Yeah,
And
he really enjoys it.
yeah, thank you so much. I cannot take credit for creating this. The creator of this is actually Brian Jordan, who's one of my teammates. And he's amazing. He's an amazing programmer, and he was the inspiration. He created this whole idea basically. But yeah, thank you for, I will pass on the compliments.
Yes, please do. Please convey our compliments and regards to him.
Yes, absolutely. He's amazing. He's amazing.
So are you. You're so good with children. We can just sense it.
That's a compliment to me as well.
Yes.
But yeah, thank you so much. And if do any of the kids have questions? If you guys have questions.
Absolutely. Thank you, Nisha.
We don't want to keep up Nisha too late. It's 11:30 in Boston for her in the night. So kids, do you all have anything? Anjali, would you like to share? Are you done, darling?
I think so.
Okay. Sorry, Nisha, just one more minute and then we'll be done.
No worries.
You can share your screen now, Anjali.
So the cupcake will be, if I open my mouth, the cupcake will be eaten. I was trying to get it to go to my mouth, but I don't know whether that will work.
Oh, cool. Oh, it's like actually getting eaten. Oh, that's so cool.
Very cool, Anjali.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, great job.
Great job.
That's awesome.
I'll make it even better and send it to
you. Yeah.
Yes. Awesome.
Anjali, if you need help, I'll help you out there.
Okay.
And guys, if you actually, these are awesome, and definitely send me like the little videos that you guys make of them too, because it's hard for, sometimes if I run it, it might not work because you guys were the ones who trained them, and it's like trained on your face and the things that you were using and the lighting that you were using. So if you make something and you record a video of it, that's the best way for me to see it. But yeah, does anybody else have questions about anything?
So guys, I don't think we should keep Nisha here longer. It is very late night for her. But thank you so much for being here with us today. It was lovely. I think the kids really, really enjoyed. You have given them a great tool, to use in their hackathon. And we will definitely share the projects that the kids have done. We'll record it and send it to you. So thank you so much. We also learned a lot today, Nisha.
Awesome. That's great to hear. And yeah, we love to see these recordings, my teammates and I. It brings us a lot of joy. So yeah, thank you guys, and I hope you have fun in the rest of the hackathon.
Thanks, bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nisha.
That was good.
Big thank you, Nisha.
Thank you, Nisha.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank
Bye, guys. Have fun.
Thank you. Bye.
you. Can we leave or what?
Yes, just 2 minutes. You look very sleepy, Avya.
I was awake till 12. I don't care.
You were awake till 12. Why were you awake till 12?
I was just doing all this hackathon time.
Oh, hard-working boy. Okay, but yes, Supriya.
We are live.
Sorry.
We are live.